Page 38, Bridal Chorus from Lohengrin, from an opera. On pages 36 and 37, they give you some more stuff to do. Oh, goody. As near as I can tell, they want you to write in the names of the notes in the boxes. As far as I'm concerned, you should know the names of these notes by now. This should be instant to you. If it isn't, please go back and start the book again and drill yourself on the names of the notes. You need to know them instantly. Yeah. You know, sitting there and trying to calculate it and figure it out at first is fine, but that doesn't work going on. You need to memorize them. Now, Bridal Chorus, we got a different kind of extended position. I'll talk about that when we get to it in the piece. 4/4 time, it's on what, pages 38 and 39. Okay, we're in the key of C major. There's no sharps or flats in the key signatures. Make sure you do the C major scale, 1 octave up and down. Do the scale. Now let's cover this. It has some interesting challenges to it. Beginning here. Dotted rhythms, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I'm hoping you understand dotted rhythms because they're all pretty straightforward and they're pretty simple, so don't make them complicated. Here, the quarter note comes on beat 3 because the half note gets 2 beats. And then beat 3, the quarter note. Then the dot comes on beat 4 because the quarter note takes a whole beat. Comes on beat 4, so the 8th note comes on the and of 4. 3 and 4 and. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then going on, now stretch up, 1 and 2, up here. 2. It's not quite an octave. 1 and 2 and. Now let's go down to the bottom of page 38. It's what? Measure 13. This is your new extended position on the chord. The notes are the G, the C, the E, and the D, and the G. We just went from here, we're going to the octave. And remember, I use 4th finger. That's what they're showing in the book. Some people teach 3rd. I disagree. Because again, when there's only 1 note in between and 5th finger's involved, I use 4th finger. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. And I stay pretty much here because I'm coming back down, sort of. 1 and 16, measure 16. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, this is not a fast piece. However, I would suggest maybe we again challenge you with the fingering a little bit. Measure 16 on these 8th notes, 1 and 2 and. They're all the same note. Rather than using the same finger, I'm going to do a 2 and then a 2, 1 for the 8th notes. So it's 2, 2, 1, 2. Just so I can use different fingers on repeated notes. And this leads into something we're going to get into a little later, but to get you started. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you go on. 1 and 2 and 3, and then a chord. And normally we'd finger it this way, but because of the, we want to play it connected, and it's got to be this way. So I can connect those notes. And then again, I do a 1, 2 on each of these 1, 2, 1. And do that again. And that's pretty much the piece. You get this extended chord again down at the bottom, but you'll see it. In the left hand, you got the chord. C chord. It's the same rhythm as the right hand, and then you get half notes. You got these okay, I hope. Measure 7, it's a D sharp. And of course, they're both sharps because it applies for the rest of the measure, remember? And then a natural. They don't need the natural sign. It's a natural anyway because you're in a new measure. But it doesn't hurt having it there, and it's better to be clearer. So it's okay. Yeah. Now, last line on page 38. You're starting out the same way you were doing. But then, here, during the rest, you got to come down to the A here. So you just lift up and move. And then back up. Measure 16, you're here, and the measure 17, just bring the thumb up Actually, we're moving the whole hand. If you want to move the hand up, that's fine. Or if you want, you move the thumb up first, and then the rest of the hand. So I can do it that way. 2 movements or 1 movement. Sometimes one way works and sometimes the other, and it's better to be able to do either one. So it's up to you. And then thumb. And again. Put the hands together. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Like so. 1, 2, and then here. Here. Now come up. Right. Now, this is tricky. Let's get this right. It's kind of nitpicky, but it's important. This is measure 5. There's always sound coming from the right hand. And the left hand has a rest on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You come up on beat 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So for half a beat, that's by itself. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 2. And you say, what's the difference on this rest? The pedal's going to cover it up anyway, so what's the point? And the point is because we need to be accurate, because as the music gets more difficult, accuracy becomes even more important, because the little things like this can make a huge difference. So let's be accurate now, even though now it doesn't make any difference in the sound, but let's still be accurate with it. Now measure 24, when you have this, you have it in the left hand too. If you want to do the same fingering, 1, 2, 1, and both hands, that's fine. It's up to you. You can try it out and see what you think. So you go through and put the thing together and then go back and get rid of the hesitations. This is used in a lot of traditional weddings as they're coming in, the bride is coming in and they're walking to this music. So you don't want the bride tripping over herself, so keep a nice steady beat going. Then we add in the slurring. You can't connect repeated notes, but do the best you can. Then lift up. And then lift up. Lift up. So just a little lift up. And the left hand you play it as connected as you can. Can't with chords, but you do the best you can. And lift up for the rest. Then the dynamics, well, it applies to the melody, which is the right hand. Loud. This needs to be down around just under medium loud. Keep it down. We want to hear the right hand. And you're staying in that area until you get to measure 16, where you come down. This, you go down to soft. So you're soft there. So the left hand's very soft. You stay soft. And come up. This is soft. This is measure 20. Soft. And start going up to moderately loud. So on the last 2 beats of measure 20, you're around moderately soft. Now you're moderately loud in the right hand, soft in the left. This is measure 21. Have I lost you yet? I'm trying to. And then on measure 24, you're moderately loud, gradually going up to loud, like you were at the beginning. The left hand's in the background. So forth. And you finish it loud. Okay. You have to get to know it well enough you can feel these dynamics. But just make sure on measure 17 in there that you are soft in the right hand and very soft in the left. As far as the speed goes, well, it's majestic. Again, you just make sure you hold these whole notes down 4 beats. Don't cheat them, because nothing's going on. You count it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. So make sure you to hold everything down the right number of beats. And then, of course, we add pedal. Well, this is for an orchestra. We want the pedal and we want to connect these things. We can't connect this, but we need to, and we want the overtone, so we're going to do that. I'd like to hear the phrasing, so if we can figure out a way to do some of that, that would be nice. It's going to be overlapping pedals, so the hands go down first, and then the pedal goes down. And then we're going to lift the pedal up with the hands, and then, so we hear the phrasing is what it is. So at the beginning, it's notes first and then the pedal. So keep it down, and lift it up with the hands. Don't pedal. Pedal after you play it. Now lift it up with the hands and put it down after I play the notes. Don't pedal. Pedal. Now lift it up with the hands. Lift it up. Lift it up. And here, this is measure 13. I'm lifting it up with the 8th note. It's just easier. On both of those measures, 13 to 14, I'm lifting the pedal up with the 8th note here. So, and that's basically the pedaling style throughout. So try and be accurate with the pedal. Listen very carefully to the sound and the effect it has on the sound.